Have you ever found yourself getting irritated by little things? The way someone talks, chews, or even breathes? Do you feel frustrated when others don't do things the right way, your way? Maybe you constantly notice flaws in people and just think, why are they so annoying? If any of this sounds familiar to you, then my friend, you might need a few drops of beech. And hey, don't we all sometimes? In this video, I'm breaking down exactly what the Bach Flower Remedy Beech is, who it is for, and how it helps you become more tolerant, compassionate, and at peace with yourself and others. Let's get into it. Hi, I'm Michelle. I'm an online and on-site Bach flower practitioner, herbalist, and educator for non-professionals. I also teach people how to reduce their anxiety and stress using Bach flower remedies through my course, Bloom into Balance. Bach flower remedies have saved my life, and so I really want the world to know all about them. Today we're going to have a look at Bach flower beech. Who is it for? Why would you use it? And what does it actually do? Let's keep going. Who needs beech? A person who needs beech would typically say or do things like, why can't people just do things properly? I don't have time for incompetence. Feeling irritated by other people's habits or behaviors. I have to smile because it reminds me a little bit. Being highly critical even for minor details and struggling to see things from another person's perspective. Feeling frustrated in social settings because no one meets their standards. You know that person who always has a complaint. The one who corrects everyone's grammar or gets annoyed when things aren't done, their way, and always seem bothered by something. That is a Beech type. Their intolerance isn't just about high standards. It's about an inner rigidity that makes it very hard for them to accept imperfection in others or in themselves. To give an example from myself, I can be pretty beachy. I notice everything. I often find people rude and I like things done my way. I let people do. I'm not telling them what or how to do things, but I can have my thoughts about it, and it can frustrate me when I look around and see all the things I don't like. And I realized that I was kind of expected to be perfect in my childhood, and I was criticized a lot. So I noticed when things were not perfect and I was fixing them, to avoid criticism. Might it be that this has an impact on, me being beachy? I'm just going to leave it there for myself to ponder. The Beech type. So there is a Beech type. Beech is for those who struggle with intolerance, as you know by now. They find it hard to empathize with other people or, who don't act or think as they do. Small irritations build up quickly, leading to frustration, judgment, and sometimes an overall, negative outlook on life. The hidden struggles of beech. Being in a stage of beech can really make your life hard and very unenjoyable. There are a few things that can be causing that when you are in a state of beech. For instance, harsh criticism. A beech person is quick to judge. Also, lack of patience. So they struggle to tolerate differences in people's habits, intelligence, or behaviors. Emotional rigidity is another one. So there's a deep-rooted inability to accept flaws both in themselves and in others. And think about what I said about my childhood. Then loneliness and isolation. Their high expectations and criticisms can push people away, leaving them disconnected from others. You might have already noticed that beech has a lot to do with self-acceptance and self-love. I will just leave you with this thought. The beech archetype is the perfectionist and the critic. They expect high standards from not just themselves, but from everyone around them. Modern examples of such a beech type are, for instance, Sheldon Cooper from The Big Bang Theory, who is very hypercritical, intolerant of others' quirks, and always thinks his way is the best way. And Gordon Ramsay, in his more fiery moments, his outbursts in the kitchen often stem from a lack of tolerance for anything less than perfection. Then how beech helps. Let's have a look at what exactly beech does. So beech softens harsh judgments, and criticism. It helps shift a rigid, overly critical mindset towards a more understanding and forgiving perspective. So instead of instinctively spotting flaws and feeling the need to judge, a person becomes more open to differences and just less reactive to imperfections. It also helps to develop patience and empathy. The remedy promotes emotional flexibility, allowing individuals to see things from another person's perspective. Instead of getting irritated by someone's actions, they may begin to wonder why the person behaves like that, fostering a sense of understanding rather than immediate judgment or frustration. Beech also allows for greater tolerance and acceptance of others. With Beech, people start to accept that not everybody thinks, acts, or behaves the same way, and that's okay. They develop a greater ability to coexist with different personalities and habits without feeling constantly annoyed or superior. They will somehow often stop noticing things because it doesn't bother them anymore or they don't focus on it. Beech also brings a sense of inner peace, reducing constant irritation. Many Beech types don't realize how much intolerance is actually stressing them out. Their constant frustration keeps them in a state of inner tension. And Beech helps release this, bringing a more relaxed and peaceful outlook, where they can let go of petty irritations and enjoy life more. Let me give you an example from one of my clients. Let's call him Mark. Mark used to be a Beech type. Mark would get frustrated with people over the smallest things. If they walked too slow, if they chewed too loud, if they didn't do things the right way. Mark himself described it as being exhausting. The constant irritation, the frustration, it was draining him. Then we started to work with Beech, and over time he found himself feeling much lighter. He said he stopped getting worked up over minor annoyances. He could let go of things, and often he didn't notice things anymore the way he did before. His life got a whole lot easier and lighter, as well as the life of people around him. Although, very important difference with a Vervain type, Beech types don't necessarily feel the need to interfere or criticize openly. They often just internally judge and feel irritated. In contrast, Vervain types are much more likely to actively correct, persuade, or impose their strong beliefs onto others because they feel a sense of mission. Beech is mostly not a bossy type who will tell you what to do. They struggle internally with frustration from you walking too slow or having a stupid face or not using the correct grammar, and so on and so on. Beech and other remedies. Beech pairs well with several Bach Flower remedies, depending on the underlying emotions. Here are some great combinations. For instance, Vervain. For those who are not only intolerant, but they also are intensely driven by their ideals, feeling frustrated when others don't share their enthusiasm. Vervain people will try to convince you to do their way. Their enthusiasm and their ideals can sometimes transform into dominance. They will express their judgment by telling you to do things another way or advising you and so on. It can be difficult to work with them when they have an idea in their mind and they just don't want to let go of. Impatience. For those who get irritated by how slow or inefficient others are, combining impatience with intolerance. These people get agitated fast and want to do things at their faster and more efficient pace. Rockwater helps those with rigid self-discipline and high personal standards, making them more flexible in their expectation of themselves and also others. So these people are perfectionists and they won't criticize you but expect the same high standards and will lead by example. Now that said, always look on a personal level and never assume that Beech necessarily goes with any of the above. How to use Beech. 4 drops, 4 times per day, in water or in a treatment bottle, under the tongue, whatever works for you. Now, what to expect from Beech? No, it won't suddenly make you, happy, peace, hippie love. Suddenly you won't love everything that annoys you. It's very subtle, so one day you'll just realize that you're less bothered, less tense and more accepting. And you'll find yourself responding with patience instead of frustration. And the biggest change I think you can expect is that you stop feeling like the world is constantly irritating you. You stop fighting against imperfections and just start accepting them. And that's true peace. Now, here's a quick recap. So, Beech is for people who struggle with intolerance and judgment. It helps with patience, empathy, and acceptance, and it works over time, helping you feel more at peace with yourself and others. Does this sound like you? Well, drop a yes in the comments. If you relate or if you know someone who could use this, well, feel free to tag them. And if you're curious about other Bach Flower remedies, well, I am building a whole playlist for you. And hey, if you want to know which remedy fits you best, grab my free Bach Flower Beginner's Guide. Links in the description. If you like this video, you can also like or subscribe and so on and so forth. I also created the course Bloom into Balance for people who want to turn their stress and anxiety into strength and calm and confidence using Bach Flower remedies. No prior knowledge needed. See the link in my bio and I'll see you in the next video.